Alright, we're going to make prawns with honeyed walnuts. Favorite, it's kind of a Chinese American invention. But first thing we need to, this is going to be part one, and part two will probably making the sauce, and then part three will be making the prawns and then putting it all together. So part one, we'll make the honey walnuts. And so you have about 3 cups of walnuts, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and some honey. So I need to get a tray. Put the final result. Okay. So get the honey that's not too crystallized. I'll just take a heaping helping of our hospitality. Well, that's it. It's a Clampets.
How much is
Beverly
it?
Hillbillies. It's a icky sticky 1-ish. So I want to get this a little bit going here. So let's go ahead and turn the heat on.
You turn the light on over the stove?
Yeah, do that. Okay. It's better if you use the honey that's not crystallized so much. You can pre-melt it a little bit. But as soon as this gets going here, maybe get the warmed off the spoon a little bit.
Do you have it on medium or?
Yeah, about medium. But that's all melted, give or take. Okay, baby, melt, 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 melt. Now you don't want to use too much sugar. If you use too much sugar, you're going to end up with a gooey mess. If you don't use enough, that's a problem too. And you don't want to use something like corn syrup. You want to keep it into the sucrose family. So honey, and we add the white sugar. Okay, this is starting to melt a little bit. This will go pretty quick actually. So once I get the temperature, okay, we'll just kind of pour the sugar.
You put your metal spoon in there?
Just try to melt it off so I can get more of it. I like to use a kind of a liquefied sugar first. Less chance of things burning. Nothing worse than burning sugar. The actual honey actually helps to keep it more in the liquid phase. Just want to make sure that the sugar crystals are fully melted into the honey. Now you could probably do this with pure honey, but it's a little overpowering, so it's probably better just to do like I did, just a heaping tablespoon. Okay, this will go pretty quick once we get the sugar melted. Once we get this melted, we'll probably ditch this particular wooden spoon.
Why?
Well, if you have any crystals on the
Here's the bowl.
okay, put it back in there. If you have any crystals that are on the wooden spoon that haven't fully dissolved, sugar has this nasty habit of recrystallizing. That's about the honey. It tends to not, once you get it fully melted, it tends to not be so chance of recrystallizing it a little bit smaller, but if it recrystallizes, it'll just be a mess. You want it to be a glaze, not a powder. So we'll just get this. Okay, it's just starting to boil a little bit. Okay, kind of spread that around. Okay, keep that on the bottom layer. Oh, I can smell the honey already. Okay. Alright, we'll get a separate spoon here. Okay, now we're ready to roll our nuts in there. We're just gonna flip it around. When you put too many in there, you're just gonna end up with a big mess. And I've done it lots of times.
So how many is it, like?
That's about 3 cups worth, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 2.5. Okay, you just want to keep turning it in there and just kind of flipping it. Don't bother doing anything crazy like trying to grease the pan or do any of that kind of stuff. I just put it on a flat pan and just take it off with a metal spatula. Okay. Kind of turn these.
Oh, you're talking about the cookie sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that out of the way so I can get a little closer.
So don't grease the cookie sheet.
Don't flour it or anything crazy, just put it straight on there. Okay, now for the crazy part. That looks like a whole walnut. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take the heat off. Now we're gonna have to just hot. I just want to separate them out a little bit. Burning honey sugar on my fingers here. I want to wear a glove or something. It'll just stick to the glove then. Okay, separate you out. Okay, this is the kind of mess I was talking about. You get too much sugar on there, you can't separate them. Too close together. Okay. Probably did too many at once. You can do this in batches. I'll make more. Okay, this looks pretty good. Doesn't look like there's any sign of crystallizing, recrystallizing. Glaze on my fingertips here. Okay. Off you go. Maybe better use a fork or something. Yeah, I'm gonna get a fork. The pain threshold is exceeded my fingers. Separated. And we're going to let these cool eventually. Meanwhile, the ones in the pan are okay. Oh, those are sticking together. Everything sticks to everything here. Last two. to get the rest of the sugar off your pan, just let it soak in water and it'll free it up. Alright, let's see if we can get these all out of the pan. So separate them out a little bit. Okay, those are, not sure what's going on there. Looks like a big pea brain from the Starship Troopers or something. Alrighty. Okay, off you go. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's, I'll just probably have to eat that one outside of the dish. Okay, they're all separated, except for that one. Enough time.
Okay, what do you do?
It looks like it's done. I was just being crazy here. It's easier to lick it off the spoon when you have some on the spoon. Makes a nice glaze. You peel it off and make that a nice treat or something. Alright, now the mixture's off to eat. Everything's off. Alright, we're done. Just let those cool and we'll just kind of scrape them off. Alright.
Go.
Well, I was going to make the dressing for the honey walnut prawns, and I started off with salad dressing instead of real mayonnaise, so we'll do this again. I get something mixed in. Okay, so we need about half a cup. That's about a little bit more. Carefully measured half a cup. Okay, and we got about a tablespoon of honey, which I had to melt because it was all solid. Okay, and here's a half a lemon, fresh squeezed. And now we're going to add sweetened condensed milk. And this is about 2 tablespoons. 1, 2, give or take. Ugh. Okay. And we're going to mix that together. I kind of like to add the honey. This is the parts from a recipe I've read. I added the lemon because it gives it a nicer flavor, and the honey kind of marries the walnut, the glaze. So I'm going to have that honey vibe penetrate the whole thing. Let's get that nice and liquidy. You can adjust if you want it sweeter or less sweet. Okay. Let me kind of grab a tasting spoon. This is a little bit more. That's not just. A little bit more sweetness. Okay. We'll have to make some brown, or what's that? Fudge. I'll have to make fudge with the rest of that can. Okay, get that in there. About the This is what you really crave, is this sauce here. The okay. We're contaminated half of this. I'll use the other end. Ah, that's what I need. It's perfect. Okay, over here from last time. These are the walnuts. These are separatable. I have to still. Those are kind of mating here. Alrighty. So those are good. It has a nice little shiny glaze on it. That's pretty good. So that's part 2. All right, part 3, honey walnut prawns. Okay, first of all, we got some. We'll go with 3 eggs. I suck at doing this, but we'll. Okay, you want to get all the goo. I washed my hands just before this, so it won't be too awful. We're going to save the yolks for some other project. Just let it kind of run through your fingers. Oh, better I have to wash that real quick before I eggshell garbage in there. Okay. 1. I like to do this carefully. If I screw up, ugh. I'm not getting the eggshells in there. If you break a yolk, oh, it's breaking. You gotta be careful not to get the yolk in your egg whites. Clean that up later. All right. Well, this is starting to run again. All right, I'll wash my hands here.
You get a spoon and get that little bit out of there.
Yeah, get that little. That much won't probably kill me. All right, close enough. Okay, now we're going to take our egg whites and put them into our main bowl. Now, if you mess up, you might have to start over and make some scrambled eggs or something. Can't be too bad. Okay, now we're not making a little water in there. Okie doke.
No.
Wrong way. There we go. Mix up to the top. Now you can do this by hand if you want to spend a half an hour beating them. It's way faster. Now we're not making a meringue, so we don't want to. It's probably going to be too loud. We're not making a meringue like you do for like a lemon meringue pie. We want it to be kind of almost to the point where it makes a peak, but not quite. Kind of hoovered up our board here. We'll just turn it over. See, it's a nice clean. Oh, start to get the roof on me. getting closer. I got my raw shrimp here, deveined. I want to make sure there's not little black entrails in there. Well, definitely use raw, because you have to cook it. Otherwise it'll be like chewing on rubber. Okay, that's about right. It looks like it's yeah, it's not quite making a strong peak, but it'll be close enough.
Don't put that on your cutting board.
Thank you for reminding me not to screw up.
Are you going to do that part over here?
Okay, yeah, we'll do this over here. I'm just going to throw the shrimp right into there. And we'll just kind of mix it by hand a little bit. Okay, I have a system here. We want to use some cornstarch. So I put a little in a little sifter, and this is just to control, give you a kind of nice coating. We'll start off with a little bit, but I like to just kind of put a little bit on the base here, and this is going to be icky. So if I have just one hand, let's see, how do I do this? I want to make sure.
Yeah, normally you have a helper.
Yeah, normally I do have a helper. Let me get some place to put the shrimp after things get cooked. Okay, so that's my final results. Okay, now for the really icky part. Just kind of mix it in, get it all nice and coated. Okay, so we got one icky hand. I think I beat it too much. Okay, there's one. I'll have them touch. I'm just going to put them a little bit at a time here. Shake that off. Ugh.
But they taste so yummy.
They better. These are really icky. Wash my hand off here a little bit. Okay. We'll just go ahead and put these into the.
How high did you put your oil?
I just turned it up. It was probably about 350. These don't cook very long. So you're not going to burn them. Ugh. I want to use my other hand. I need my other hand. Okay, so
And that's just cornstarch.
it's cornstarch. Okay. I'll just kind of lower them into the thing one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I did this too long, but nice to have them nice and airy. It takes just a few minutes to cook these. Do my hand. Wine basket thing, I can't find it.
By the microwave.
Oh, that's it. I have time. Okay, when they turn pinkish, about 30 right there. Look at that, beautiful. Gorgeous, look at that. Split it flatter. So this does kind of screw up your oil, though, it makes it kind of foamy. So if you don't want to do that, you can put it into the pan and do it that way. All right, let's put another coat on here. It's kind of wet. Okay. Dry it off. One.
So once you learn how to do this, you should get a sous chef to help do the egg whites,
Yeah, you
cornstarch.
get some guy that makes a minimum wage, get his hand all goobered up and do all the icky parts, so you don't have to. Okay. Best to do this in stages. I don't want to do too many at once. Keep the temperature more or less copacetic. It's a icky part. Okay, I might need a little bit more cornstarch. All right, let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, kind of puff up and make a nice shell. These are more like honey walnut shrimp, but prawns are more expensive.
And the towel right there.
Oh, thank you. We'll just prep the next one. If I can find them all, I think that's the last one. I don't feel any more shrimpies. Probably because I've done it with 2 eggs. Ugh.
That's your favorite part, right?
Oh yeah. Did say it was the really icky part. Okay, let's. One, 2, 3. This is the wash. on the heat is really strong. The inertial heat puts the rest of
You want me to stop it so we can
it. No,
clean up
keep her rolling.
Okay.
Keep her rolling.
Okay.
We're not stopping.
No cleaning up, I got it.
We're not cleaning it up until afterwards. After we ate a whole bunch of this. Okay. Put this in the sink. Hey, you guys done yet? I don't know if it's the egg whites or the egg yolks that messes the oil up and it starts getting foamy when you try to do some fries afterwards. Oh, okay, look what's done. Okay, take a look at that shrimp there.
Okay, that's my plate.
Alrighty. Let's move this aside for now. Okay, Napa cabbage. We're going to, I took off the outer layer so we don't get any plague virus on it. It'll sit in the fridge for about a week, so just take off that first. A little bit more. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we want to have a nice fine, just cut it straight through like this. So it's almost like spaghetti, sort of. This is Napa cabbage. Nice. That's this nice sharp enough to just push it right through. Nice and even.
You learned how to make this because it's my favorite dish.
I go to Chinese restaurants and they either don't put enough sauce or the sauce isn't quite right or lacking some element. This is my version of it. A lot of people do different kind of things, but I think the Napa cabbage is a really nice light filler for the rest of the dish.
I would agree.
Okay, that's about, that looks pretty good. I'll get a little bit more in that. I made lots of sauce so we can use this. Once you get that sauce on there, this filler stuff is pretty good. Okay, I think that's enough for now. We'll use that for some other dish. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and throw some of this into a nice bowl to mix it. Okay, see that? Our walnuts. Gonna throw some of those puppies in there. Toss that. Okay, throw our shrimp in there. Oh, no shrimping on the shrimp, huh? Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Okay, next thing, I think I had some lemons.
Need sauce?
Yeah, we'll need sauce. Let me throw some lemons in here into the main mix, and then we'll throw some on the top for garnish. Makes a nice refreshing. These are cut nice and thin, so you can do that. All right. Now for our magic sauce. phase two. Throw in here to kind of sop up the sauce on the shrimp there. Alrighty. Waste not, want not, right?
Right.
Alright, just mix this around. I'm going to put my hand in there now. It's nice and sloshy. I'll make sure you have enough dressing for the entire dish here. Spread it out nice and even. Oh, look at that. Oh man, that looks good. Okay. And we'll see if we have these. And I'll dish up too. And we'll plate them. Now this is about $40 worth of Honey Walnut shrimp. Look at that. That's you probably pay. I don't know how much we pay for that. Probably $15 for that much. Okay, we'll throw some fresh lemon slices on the top. There's plate number one. And plate number two. Shrimp. There we go. And I'll garnish with 2 more of these. And there we go.
Oh, heavenly.
And all right, this is your plate here. Taste.
No, I can't hold this.
Yes, you can.
Mmm.